Okay, I think I'm visible and audible both. Okay, hello friends. In this session, I'm going to explain you about the first unit of MMPC-3, that is business environment. In this unit, I will talk about the introduction of business and environment, and that is the name of the unit also. So here, as you can see on your screen, the first it is given 1.2. So now here I am, that is business and environment. So first let's talk about the business environment. So what it is. So business environment, here business environment is a combination of dynamic, complex and uncontrollable external factors within which a business is to be operated. Okay, so here it means that a business has to be operated in a particular environment, and that environment is uncontrollable. Okay, there are many uh, external factors, many external factors which are uncontrollable. uh, those factors are dynamic and complex. So within that environment, and in that environment a business is to be operated, and that environment is called the business environment. Business organizations interact and transact with the business environment. Okay, because any business, any kind of business which is to be operated, that business has to interact with the environment. Okay, and that environment is nothing but the business environment. Therefore, business organization and business environment are directly related. Okay, so that's why we can say that business organization and business environment are directly related. Why? Because those two interact with each other. So that's why we can say those two are interrelated with each other. And business environment influence the scope and direction of business activity, because in the business environment there are many factors which affect the working of the business. So that's why here given the scope and the direction of the business activity uh, is influenced by the business environment. So if business environment changes, then in that case the direction of the business activity should also change, or in other words you can say the business activity direction should be in accordance with the business environment. And if it doesn't go in accordance with the business environment, then in that case the business is destined to be failed. So that's why whatever kind of business is to be operated, so that business should be operated in accordance with the business environment. It means the factors present in the business environment. Okay, so what is that business? So business is the practice of making one's living or making money. Okay, making money by producing or buying and selling products. So here I am talking about business is nothing but the practice of making one's living or making money. Okay, here it is about making money by producing. Okay, wait a minute. Where I was, yes, it is about making money. Business is about making money by producing or buying or and selling products. You produce a product, you buy or sell. So here it is all about producing, buying and selling, and by these all processes, if you make money or make one's living, then that is business. It is also an activity or enterprise entered into for profit. So that is a kind of you can say activity which is for making the profit. Then next you have the basic proposition. Okay, basic propositions of business environment. The first proposition that is here given. proposition, or you can say what it is about business environment. Okay, the first is given: business is an economic activity. What is business? A kind of economic activity. And what is this economic activity? It involves, here you can see it is written, it involves the task of adjusting the means or resources to the ends, means target, or the ends to the means. So here overall we can say that an economic activity means here you have to adjust the means according to the target, or according to the ends, or you have to adjust the ends according to the resources. So for example, if you have limited resources, then in that case you have to think that how to use that resource. If you don't use the resource in a way that is more use that is going to be used in a better way, then that is not going to be efficient or effective. So that's why here economic activities are about uh, adjusting the means, or adjusting the resources in accordance with the target, or in accordance with the end, or in other words you can say you have to adjust the ends according to the means. So the nature of business differs depending upon the form of economic activity. Okay, here the nature of business differs depending upon the form of economic activity being undertaken and organized. So, so business activities differ. The nature of business differs depending upon the form of economic activity. Means what kind of economic activity economic activities you are using here. So according to that, the nature of business it will change. Sometimes the target has to be matched with the given resource, and sometimes the resources have to be matched with the given target. So either way, the task of business is to optimize the outcome of the economic activities. So that is it here. The overall outcome, or here, is that we have to optimize in the business activity. We optimize the outcome. We optimize the outcome of the economic activities. So how we can optimize the outcome of the economic activity? By adjusting or by matching the given resource in accordance with the target, or it is adjusting the target according to the resources. So by any one of these two ways we can optimize the outcome of the economic activities. So a business, second here given, that was the first one, the first basic proposition, it was the business is an economic activity. And the second proposition it is given, a business firm is an economic unit. A business firm is an economic unit. So how we can say that a business firm is an economic unit? Here given a business firm, I'm talking here, here you can see a business firm is essentially a transformation unit. It transforms into outputs of goods or services, or a combination of both. So it means here business firm is an economic unit. It transforms the input into outputs. The nature of input, here the nature of input requirements and the type of output flows are determined by the size, structure, location and efficiency of the business firm under consideration. So here it is about means what kind of inputs are required, and what kind, that depends on the kind of output. Okay, means what different kinds of output we need. On the basis of that we can provide inputs. And here the process okay, and the process you can say, how the flows means output flows are determined by the size, structure and location, size, structure, location and efficiency of the business firm. So what is the size what is the structure, what kind of structure, where is the location, and what is the efficiency level of the organization. These all things affect affect the output and the kind of inputs required for the transformation process by the business unit, or you can say business firm. So the first it was business is an economic activity. The second one it is business firm is an economic unit. And the third given, the business decision making is an economic process. So business decision making is an economic process. So all kind of decision making in a business, that is nothing but economic process. The question of choice and evaluation arises because of the relative scarcity of resources. So we are constrained by the limited resources. So we have limited resource, and we have to use that limited resource to get the required output. So that's why here given business decision making is an economic process, because we always get constrained by the resources, because we have limited resources to use for the target. So whatever may be the decision variable, now you can see here I'm talking about whatever may be the decision variable of procurement or production, distribution or sell, input or output. Decision making in invariably the process of selecting the best available alternative. So here what? So why we make economic decision, or you can say the business decision. Here business decision is made uh, to select the best available alternative, because there are many alternative solution for any kind of problem with the given resources, and out of those all decisions we have to choose one which is best for that particular situation. So that kind of okay, wait. So that is there. So that's why we can say, since we have to select the best alternative, so that's why we can say that is an economic pursuit, because economic pursuit is nothing but getting the best out of the limited resources or the given resources. Next you have nature and the scope of business environment. So the first given, nature of business environment. So nature here first it is the dynamic. So business environment is dynamic, it is highly flexible and keep on changing. Business environment keep on changing, and business environment is also flexible. Second given, uncertain. The first it was dynamic, highly flexible and keep on changing, and the second given, uncertain. Uncertain means factors affecting business environment on continuously fluctuate. It continuously change or fluctuate. So that's why given it is very difficult to predict the future, or you can say predict the business environment. Third given, relativity. So business environment is associated with societal norms which differ from country to country. Okay, means business environment from one country to another country, business environment may differ because the societies are different, means the way society operates in different countries and regions are different. So that's why here written business environment may change from one region to another region, from one country to another country. Then you have complex, the fourth number given, complex. Business environment is complex. So given here, business environment, or you can say it is continuously exposed to uncertain challenges such as technological disruptions, global competition, leadership change, etc. So technological disruptions, global competition, and leadership change. These all factors make business environment very complex. And the fifth one we have interrelation. Now you have the fifth one, interrelation. All the factors and the forces of business environment are related to each other. Okay, means so whatever factors are there in the business environment, those all factors are related to each other. So these were the 5 points about the nature of the business environment. Then you have the scope of business environment. The first one given under the scope of business environment, here I'm talking about internal and external environment. So business environment, it may be internal or it may be external. So internal here given factors that are within an organization and influence the strength or weakness of business. Okay, so here factors that are within an organization. So all those factors which affect the process and the way a business operates, which are within within an organization. So those all factors are, or you can say those all factors constitute internal environment. And the second one, it is given the external environment. So here the factors which are beyond the control of the business. It means those factors which a business cannot control, or you can say that those factors are beyond the control of that particular business. uh, those all factors constitute external environment. The second given here, micro environment and macro environment. So micro environment affects the working of a particular business. Micro meaning this at a small level. So here micro environment affects the working of a particular business. It may be that some factors affect only one or two business units only, but not all. So those those all factors constitute micro environment. And these factors up to a great extent are controllable. The second one given the macro environment. Macro environment is the general environment that impacts the working of all business. It's all business in an industry. If going to be affected by some factors, then those all factors constitute macro environment. And then the third given, controllable and uncontrollable environment. There are some factors which are, you can say, governed by the business. Now here I think it is a mistake. So here it should be governed by business. So if factors can be controlled by the business unit, then that is controllable environment. Okay, it means those factors constitute controllable environment. The second one given uncontrollable environment. So here the factors are not going to be controlled by the business firm. So these are the 3 points under the scope of business environment. The first given the internal and external environment. Second one, it is given micro and macro environment. And the third given, that is controllable and uncontrollable environment. Then you have types of business environment. So the first here, business environment can be categorized into two. The first given external. So this one, it is the first, and the second one, it is internal environment. So here in case of external environment can further be classified into two. First one, it is micro environment, and the second one, it is macro environment. So here micro environment means that is within the organization or within the business firm. So here the supply, or you can say the factors which and also the factors which a business firm can control or can influence those factors. So the first given here, just like suppliers of inputs. So here the business firm can influence the suppliers Second, given customers. Third, means some kind of control the businesses have on these factors. Third, given marketing intermediaries, then competitors, publics. So these all constitute micro environment. Micro means that is the factors which are going to affect uh, a firm, business firm, or some business firm, but not all in the industry. And here, in case of macro environment, the factors affect all business firms in the industry. For example, here given economic environment, political legal environment, technological environment, global, socio-cultural, demographic, natural. So these factors means economic, political, technological, socio-cultural, demographic, natural. So these all factors affect all businesses in the industry. So that's why here uh, these all factors come under macro environment. So simply, in case of external environment, I think of business environment can be categorized into two. The first, it is external, second one is internal. So external environment can further be classified into micro and macro. In case of micro environment, factors affect one or some business firms only, but not all. So example here, suppliers of inputs, customers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, public. And the second one given here, macro environment. So macro means here, so these factors affect almost all businesses firms in the industry. And macro environment constitute the factors like economic, political, legal, technological, global, socio-cultural, demographic. So these are the macro factors which constitute macro environment. Then here you have the internal environment. Internal environment meaning the factors which are within the organization. So those factors constitute internal environment. Okay, here it is T. Okay, now internal environment. Uh, just like value system. So what kind of value system a particular firm has, then mission and objectives of the firm, organization structure, corporate culture, human resources, physical resources, and financial capabilities. So these all constitute internal environment because these all factors are within an organization or within a business firm. And here explanation given here, just like here, internal environment, factors and forces that exist within an organization. So here I'm talking about this one, factors and forces that exist within an organization which influence the organization. It means all those factors which influence the organization, and those factors are within the organization, then those factors constitute internal environment. Here given these factors are controllable, means internal factors or factors which are present in the internal environment are controllable. The first given here, value system. So value systems means ethical beliefs that guides the organization in attaining its mission and objective. So here ethical beliefs. So value system means ethical beliefs that guide the organization in attaining the mission and the objectives formulated by top level managers. Means the top level managers formulate the value system of the organization. Mission and objective, here the overall purpose or reason for organization's existence. So mission and objective means why the organization exists. So the reason here it is being answered. For instance, a particular organization may exist for some cause. So that cause we have to mention here in mission and objective. Then you have organization structure. So what kind of structure? Just like hierarchical relationship explaining roles, responsibilities and supervision. So that is about organization structure. So I'm talking about the internal environment here. So value system, mission and objective, organizational structure. Fourth given, corporate culture, shared values and beliefs in an organization is corporate culture. Human resources, human quality, skills, attitude, competencies and commitment of employees. Sixth given, physical resources and financial capabilities, machinery, plant and equipment. And second given, external environment. So external includes those factors or forces that exist outside an organization which affect an organization. So here external environments, all those factors which are outside an organization which affect the functioning of the organization. So two types given here, first given micro, second given macro. In case of micro environment, here you have micro environment, those factors which have a direct impact on the business. So just like suppliers of input, customers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, public, macro environment, these all factors affect these all factors affect or impact a business directly. So that's about the micro environment. The second given, macro environment. These factors are or conditions which are general to all businesses and are controllable. Okay, here macro mean here factors or conditions are general to all businesses and are controllable. Sorry, uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. Here just like economic environment. Economic environment, all the factors and forces which have an economic impact on the business. Economic impact, just like here given monetary and fiscal policy, role of saving and investment, planning, etc. So these all constitute economic environment. Then you have political legal environment. Here constitute all the factors related to the activities of legislature, executive and judiciary, which play a leading role in shaping, directing, developing and controlling business activities. Politics play a very big role in the business environment because you can think of a situation in a country where there it is political instability. If there it is political instability, then in that case, businesses cannot grow in that country or in that region because political stability, political, you know, you can say uh, support for the business is very important for the growth of any kind of business. Third given, technological environment constitute both the machines in hard technology and the ways of thinking in soft technology. Global environment includes all environmental factors having a global impact. Means the factors which have a global impact. It means at a worldwide level, if any factor affect, means if a factor affects the businesses worldwide, so that comes under global environment. Means, or you can say that those factors constitute global environment. Here example given, principle and agreements of the World Trade Organization. So World Trade Organization here, if any rule it is being made by the World Trade Organization, then that is going to affect almost all business firms in the world. Then the fifth one, you have socio-cultural environment. So here that socio-cultural environment reflects the customs and values which influence business practices, because businesses operate in a particular society, and the customs and values of the people living in those societies affect the way businesses operate, because particularly people operate businesses. Demographic environment includes the composition and characteristic of the population. Example, population size, and growth, rural urban distribution. So here it is about the demographic environment. Here these all are external factors and which are macro in nature. It means inside external factors or any external environment, I'm talking about macro environment. Natural environment here includes geographical and ecological resources like minerals, oil reserves, weather, and okay, here I think is spelling state here, WEATH here, weather and climate condition, forest, etc. That also affects natural environment, also affect uh, businesses. Next you have 1.6, that is importance of business environment. So business environment plays very important role in the functioning of organizations in the following ways. So how business environment affect, it means what is the importance of business environment, why we study. So there must be some reasons due to which we study uh, business environment. So the first thing here given, the first point, it is given, enable the organization to identify the business opportunities and achieving first mover advantage. If we understand the business environment, then we will be the one who will get the opportunity, and we will get the first mover advantage. Why? Because if you understand the business environment, then you can catch the opportunity present in that business environment. And if you are not able to understand the business environment, then in that case you cannot catch the business opportunity there. Second given here, that is, it helps the firms to identify the threats and early warning signals. So if any kind of threat it is present in the business environment, then that can also be identified you know easily if you are able to understand the business environment in a better way. But if you don't understand, then in that case it will become a threat. So if you understand, then it becomes the opportunity, and if you don't understand, then it becomes the threat. Business environment helps in tapping and assembling resources. Business environment help in adjusting and adapting to rapid changes, because change is inevitable. You cannot stop the change. Change, it is the part and parcel of all business. So that's why if you have the knowledge of the business environment, then it will help you out in adjusting and adapting to the rapid changes. It assists in planning and policy making and help in performance improvement. So it was about the importance of business environment. Now we have the environmental analysis. What we have? Environmental analysis. So in this we will talk about SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is nothing but strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So now you can see the full form of SWOT. It is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Strength and weakness, it is the internal part, and opportunity and threat, that is the external part. So that's why here given environmental scanning. So internal analysis means we analyze the, or we do analysis of the business firm or business unit. So inside the business unit or firm we get the strength or weakness, and if we analyze the external environment, then we get the opportunity or the threat. Okay, so now let's talk about the first one, that is the strength. So strengths reflect the core competencies or capabilities of an organization for which it can achieve strategic advantage. What given? The core competencies. Each firm has some kind of core competency. It means in a process that particular firm is better compared to others, so that it becomes the strength of that particular firm. Example here given, phone pay has the strength of easy. Now you can say here, phone pay has the strength of easy user interface, so that is the strength of this so and the second one given, the weakness factors which prevent successful results within an organization. If a firm has some advantage some advantage on some specific matters compared to others, then there must or there are some disadvantages also, or you can say the weaknesses are also present within a firm or organization, which impacts its operation. Here, factors which prevent the successful results within the organization. It indicates, now you see, factors which prevent the successful results within an organization. Some factors are there which a particular firm is not able to overcome the difficulties. If there is some kind of difficulty, then that firm is not able to overcome in a better way, so that it becomes the weakness of that particular firm. It indicates competitive disadvantage compared to other firms. This has some negative impact on that particular business. Then next you have the opportunity. So strength and weakness, those two were about the internal environment, and the opportunity and threats, that's about the external environment. So here you have opportunities. There are favorable circumstances present in the external environment. If some favorable circumstances are present in the external environment, then that is opportunity. It means that opportunity a particular firm can grasp and then can get benefit. And the second, fourth one given here, it is about, sorry, third it was the opportunity, and the fourth one is about threat. Threats reflect exposing vulnerability. Vulnerability to something which leads to adverse impacts. Adverse impact which sudden changes in the external environment. So here reflects a vulnerability to something which leads to adverse impact. If some factors are present in the external environment which exposes the vulnerability of the business or the firm, so that is the threat to the particular firm. So here, so overall we can say that the SWOT analysis should be used to explore both the internal and external factors of an organization, and accordingly the business strategy should be formulated. Okay, means SWOT analysis should be used to explore both internal and external factors. So what internal and external factors are present, for instance whether there it is a strength or weakness, that is the internal environment, or whether there it is opportunity or threat in the external environment. According to that, business strategies should be formulated. Now then we have a lot more we have, so that's, I think I will cover in the maybe uh, but for now let's hold for some minutes. So thank you.